Hey guys, this is Tashina from Logical Harmony, and today I'm going to be sharing swatches and a demo of the new contour powders from Makeup Geek. Makeup Geek recently launched these, and amazingly, all of them are vegan, so of course I ordered every single one as soon as they became available, and have been dying to share them with you guys. First, I'm actually going to swatch them for you, and then you guys will see me applying them in my normal makeup routine because I wanted to give you guys an idea of what the formula was like and how they blend it out. With powder products, actually with any product, sometimes it can just be very different when you're actually using it in a real life situation compared to just swatching it. So that's why I wanted to show you both. So one thing I do want to say too is I think it's really awesome that Makeup Geek did such a huge range of these. I knew some of these, like these two, I would probably never get use out of as a contour, but for me, they're gonna be awesome eyeshadows. So these two are meant for porcelain skin tones. This one's a cool toned, this is a warm. These are for fair skin tones, cool toned and warm. Medium skin tones, the cool tone and the warm. And then deep skin tones, the cool and the warm. And I love that they did a cool and a warm and matched 4 different skin tones. So it's so awesome that there's 8 shades in here because I think it just makes it easy to find one that works for you no matter what. I feel like a lot of the pre-made contour kits, the shades just don't work for everyone. So it's really cool to see something where you can customize it. And I've thrown them into my Z palette for now. I'm just excited to use it and they just fit perfectly in there. And now I want to add some blushes or something up at the top. And I'm actually going to use an eyeshadow brush to swatch them so you guys get a nice fine line. I do feel like contour brushes can really vary from brush to brush. So my first thing that I immediately noticed about these is that this formula is very similar to the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. It's very, very smooth, very buttery, very easy to blend, but they are a little bit powdery, so be warned about that. This shade is Break Up, and it is the cool porcelain shade. As you can see, it's a very, very pretty contour. And one thing that I did notice about these is that the shades are appearing a little bit darker on camera than they do in person, but they blend out very, very well. So at first it's a little shocking because when you first apply it, it does look like this dark, harsh line, but it blends very well. So don't be scared by that. This shade is Love Triangle, and it is the warm toned contour for porcelain skin. This shade is Infidelity, and it is the cool toned contour for fair skin. This shade is Bad Habit, and it is the warm toned contour for fair skin. And part of what I'm wearing today is I did mix these two, but I also mixed them with the shades for medium skin. This shade is Complicated, and it is the cool toned contour for medium skin. This is Half Hearted, and this is the warm toned contour for medium skin. I love that there really is a shade for everyone in this range. This shade is Scandal, and that is the cool toned contour for deep skin. And this is Deal Breaker. This is the warm toned contour for deep skin. So as you can see, the range of these contour powders is pretty incredible. There really is something for every skin tone. I do think that if I had porcelain skin and I first saw these, I would worry that they were too dark. But again, when I applied these, they did blend out very, very well. And so I wouldn't be too scared of it. I think they're worth trying, especially because the price on these is really, really affordable. And I mean, they're cruelty free, they're vegan, they're affordable, and there's a huge shade range. So I think that's just totally, totally worth it for anyone to try out. And if it doesn't end up working for you as a contour, because the formula is very similar to that of the Makeup Geek eyeshadows, I think you're just gonna get some more eyeshadows, and instead of having the little pans, you'll have these giant ones. So it's a win-win in my opinion. So to try out the contours, I've already applied my primer, my foundation, and my setting powder, and that's the order that I would normally do things for using any powder contour products. I'm not gonna layer this over a cream contour because I wanted to see what the formula was like on its own, what the color payoff was, and how it applied, and that way you guys would be seeing just the contour from Makeup Geek and get a better idea of what it's gonna be like. I'll probably go with one of these. So these two are for porcelain skin, these two are for fair, medium, and deep. So I'll probably go with the fair and see what that's like because it's always easier to go darker than to try and take color off. And to apply, I'm going to use this e.l.f. brush. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. It's pretty new from them, and it's a contour brush, but it's kind of like sloped, and it's supposed to just really help you apply your contour easier. And if I need to blend out, I will be using the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to do that. So I'm going to start with Infidelity, which is the cool toned contour for fair skin. So this formula, just putting it on the brush, it feels very similar to that of the Makeup Geek shadows. It's very soft and very buttery. There is kind of a lot of product breakdown, as you can kind of see. Not necessarily breakdown, but it is a little bit more powdery than other contour powders that I've used. Stamp that on nice and pretty. I'm surprised this shade is this dark if it's for fair skin, just because like the foundation that I'm using right now is Warm Beige from Too Faced, which is not a fair color. So if you are fair, you might actually want to get the porcelain shades, because I thought this shade would be too light, to be totally honest. Oh, but that blends out so nicely. Okay. That blended out a lot better than I thought it would. Now I feel like I could go darker, so maybe I spoke too soon about the colors. Actually, I'm gonna go in now and try and deepen that a little bit, just a tiny bit, with Complicated, which is the cool contour for medium skin tones. And I'm just gonna apply just a little bit more right up here at the top. I like my contours to be a little bit darker up there. Really blend that out. I'm not sure how I feel about this brush. The bristles feel kind of stiff, but maybe I just need to wash it a couple times and it'll be better. So I just mixed those two shades together, and that's what I'm applying up here around my temples. Gonna go back in with that blending brush and just buff that out. These aren't going on as smooth as I want, but I'm honestly not sure if it's the formula or if it's that e.l.f. brush. I'm more inclined to believe it's that e.l.f. brush. Just because these do seem to be the same formula as the Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and those blend out so well and like so buttery smooth. So I think that's probably more the case. So I'm mixing those two again. I'm gonna contour along my jawline, because if we're gonna go for it, we may as well go for it. A little more under my lip. I want to warm this up a little bit so that I don't have to go in with bronzer. So I'm going to warm that up with Bad Habit, which is the warm contour for fair skin tones. I feel like that makes my face look more alive. I'm gonna add a little bit of Half-Hearted, which is the warm contour for medium skin tones. Just a tiny, tiny bit, just to warm that up a little bit more. I feel like these are showing up way more pigmented on the camera than they actually are in person. So that's good to know, because right now when I look at it, I have a little mirror in front of me. When I look at it that way, it looks very, very natural. But when I look at my monitor, it looks like I kind of have a stripe going on. So just something to keep in mind. I'm not going in super heavy-handed with these at all. And I'm done with my contouring. Thanks for joining me today as I did the demo and try-on of the Makeup Geek contour shades and also the swatches. If you've tried these, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Just leave me a comment down below. And if you think you might try them, let me know what shade you think you might pick up. I think that they're all pretty fabulous. Like I said in the beginning, I think that if they don't work for you as a contour, you're just gonna add some really pretty shadows to your collection. So I just think it's a win-win no matter what. And I do love that there's cool tones and warm tones, and that there's such a shade range captured here. And I really, really love that Makeup Geek did that. For more updates on cruelty-free vegan beauty and lifestyle, make sure you subscribe to logicalharmony.net. You can also follow me on Twitter or Instagram at logicalharmony. Have a good day.